He's getting used to being the centre of attention, Raheem Sterling. Always pressure when playing for Liverpool, but it has increased now because of the fee and the way the move came about from Anfield to the Etihad Stadium, from Merseyside to Manchester. Roma are strong. The two club icons, Francesco Totti and Daniele De Rossi, both start here. Gervinho is still at the club for now, but after a great first season, he failed to hit the heights in the last campaign and could be on his way out. Alessio Romagnoli is a young defender who is in demand and will hope to show why here. Likewise, Kostas Manolas, who is on the moments Raheem Sterling has been waiting for, to wear that Manchester City shirt for the very first time. He goes from the start here after his big money move left Anfield feeling cold, but warmed the hearts of Manchester City fans. David Silva starts too, and young striker Kelechi Iheanacho will spearhead that front three. The 18-year-old is expected to be involved in the first team quite a bit this season, and he has a big future ahead of him. New adventure begins for Raheem Sterling, who gets his first touch right from the off in a Manchester City shirt. All eyes on him. The pressure has increased.
Cordoba and Valencia, and young Manuel Garcia, just 17 years of age, the young Spaniard.
Raheem Sterling, not the best start. Australia home to plenty of Liverpool fans. Raheem Sterling was jeered when his face was on the screen in Melbourne when he was sat in the stands at the weekend, and I'd say there's a few Liverpool fans in here, and that was not his finest moment. Iheanacho, 18 years of age, and made an impact on the tour last season, and Raheem Sterling is away here. Raheem Sterling! Inevitable! He is centre stage again. The man who's looking to become a superstar with that Manchester City badge on his chest. His first step on what he hopes will be the road to greatness.
Well, he would have been slightly embarrassed by his first touch for his new club. There's nothing to be embarrassed about this. Good build-up for Manchester City. And Raheem Sterling, you can see him there, playing on the shoulder of the last defender, Romagnoli. Makes a real mess of defending, plays Raheem Sterling onside. When he's through on goal, you wonder if he's got the quality, the ability and the composure. So early in his Manchester City career, and he makes no mistake with a finish, a composed finish, quite a straightforward finish.
As to Rossi. Rossi's ball forward, the run made by Totti, now Gervinho. That's Pjanic. It's a stunner.
Roma, probably 25, 30 seconds. Totti starts it off with a run in behind. Gervinho feeds Pjanic. Manchester City there probably saying, OK then, take an attempt at goal. But he lets fly. Plenty of movement on the ball. So much power from Pjanic. You can see Fernando tries to close Pjanic down. It's an excellent strike. Two really good goals and a really bright start to this match.
De Rossi the closest to David Silva this time. Sterling's made the run on the far side, seen by Silva, found by Silva. Raheem Sterling caught by Florenzi. Well, the referee says no.
I think the first one was. Here we see as Florenzi beats an all ends up there. I think it's fair to say that should have been a penalty. In the box. Perhaps an indication of why Roma.
That's Florenzi. Well, Roma fancy the chances from distance.
Now Florenzi does appear at the moment to be the best chance of scoring a goal. Another good attempt.
Here is Silva. Away from De Rossi. There's someone to pull it back to. Iheanacho. Wonderful again from David Silva. Couldn't go low.
Was waiting for the cut back for a tap in.
De Rossi that time met it, but couldn't keep it down.
Yes.
Ryan Golan, international player.
Here is Nainggolan. A good ball here to Liège.
Glenn. Drive driving into that Manchester City back four. Good, well-timed pass as well. Laic, I think, pretending to go towards the far post, just trying to whip it across. You can see him now. Doesn't
being champions of Italy since 2001, and they've put themselves in trouble there. And that's Kelechi Iheanacho, and he makes no mistake.
It really is poor play. It's Ashley Cole. That's the perfect pass for Iheanacho. The Roma defence are set up to try and keep possession. It's a really untidy piece of play from Ashley Cole. A player who should know better. Iheanacho in that situation should score and makes no mistake. Good composure.
Melbourne at the weekend. That's Navas to generate the power. Barker. Lopez. Navas. There's Lopez, spent last season on loan at Lille. Nasri. That's Navas and Lopez, and that's a good save. Laic. Getting short with the ball, and nicely done by Brandon Barker. Lopez. Barker again. Lopez. They're enjoying themselves. Jesus Navas. Asia after this tournament. Navas. Yaya Toure. Always capable of generating at Manchester City in the last few minutes. It's Laic who beats Joe Hart. It was perfect.
Manchester City have been holding on. Again, it's excellent technique from Adam Laic. Kolarov jumps, it just goes between the gap between him and Yaya Toure. There's no chance for Joe Hart once he goes over the wall with that type of power. The goalkeeper is not going to get there. Excellent strike.
Nasri. So Nasri, he's seen the gap. Dealt with by Bogdan Lebon. That usually means trouble. This is Navas. Navas, it was almost a perfect cross. And Unal beaten to it. It's Yaya Toure who couldn't apply the finishing touch.
Trying to be precise, used his left foot. Couldn't find the winning goal.
So we are going all the way in this match. We are going to penalties. Manchester City first up in the penalty shootout. And it is Yaya Toure who makes no mistake. A feisty midfielder. Nainggolan comes out on top. Kolarov. Well, he got the power, but he went too high. Advantage for now to Roma. Laic, audacious, cheeky. He comes out on top in round two and outwits Joe Hart. This is Jesus Navas, who strikes for Manchester City. Joe Hart will be seething from being beaten by a Panenka. Destro. Clinical so far again from Roma, just as we saw against Real Madrid. And Lebon is beaten. That was... Joe Hart, oh, he almost did. Iago Falque just about got the better of him.
Manchester City. And that's the closest the goalkeeper has come to making the save.
Interesting. Joe Hart wants to take a spot kick, but he needs to score this. Joe Hart, bang! Maybe first on the list from now on as he looks towards his manager.
We've seen some decent penalties. This might be the pick of the bunch. I think he wraps his foot around this and plants it right in the top corner.
Seydou Doumbia. Joe Hart scored. Can he stop one now? Doumbia! And Joe Hart does get to it! This time, the audacious penalty didn't come off from Roma. And we go on.
Well, again, Joe Hart does commit himself. What he does well there is he reaches up, just about stretches and gets there. I'm pretty sure there'll be no more taking liberties by the Roma players against Joe Hart.
And this now is James Horsfield. Not a really good penalty. Accurate. Bogdan Lebont guessed the right way, couldn't get to it. And it's Seydou Keita who did score the winning penalty against Real Madrid. Keita, Joe Hart did know! Joe Hart scores a penalty and then saves two. He's the hero as Manchester City win the penalty shootout and take the 2 points. Wonderful entertainment with the spot kicks. Joe Hart with the sledging. He told Seydou Keita, I know exactly what you're going to do with this penalty kick. And he did. And he scored one of his own as well. So Manchester City come out on top in Melbourne. 2-2 after 90 minutes, but they've beaten Roma 5-4 on penalties.
Ah, what a terrific penalty shootout for that man there, Joe